All right, hello, superstars. I hope all is well. Happy Martin Luther King Day. As a reminder, over the weekends, I don't correspond to emails. It's also a holiday, but I wanted to make sure that I got on here to give you that clarification or any clarification that you may need, and also provide a space for you to ask any questions under this discussion post, okay? Um, that being said, I have a class that is both physically in person and one that is online due to the holiday today. I'm doing a video that covers both online and in person, so please remember to take what resonates for your class or your module. Your modality selection, right? So for those who are mixed module, meaning that we have class in person, please be reminded that we do not have class physically today. It will resume next week, okay? Next week, Monday. For those who are online, haha, awesome, totally fine. You don't have to worry about the information. Both classes, though, however, on Saturday, you should have seen that you are now within a group. That group does not mean a group project for your group presentations. Okay. Remember, this is you doing your own individual presentation. This group just determines when you need to submit your work by, okay? Going down the line, you all had your financial aid quiz that was due on Friday, last Friday. Please, 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 please make sure that you submit that if you have not done so already. That way you are going to be able to receive your financial aid disbursement in a timely fashion, okay? Two, next things that you do have coming up, and they're both due on the 25th, okay? Both due on the 25th by 11:59 p.m. That's your personal value statement. And then you also have your first reading response. Now listen to me and listen to me good. Lock in, all right? Make sure you're looking and using these templates. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a breakdown. Personal value statement is literally all about you. It's about your values. What do you want to find out? Like, what do you want to develop in this class as far as leadership, so on and so forth, okay? When you're using the template for the personal value statement, make sure you're going up. Top left hand side, it says running head. Keep that term running head there in that colon. Next, you have the title that you want to put personal value statement or personal statement, however you want to word it. Just make sure every letter in there is capitalized just the way that you see it in the template. Make sure that once you go throughout your paper, like once you're done typing everything up, that you go through and you select all your text. This includes your page numbers, okay? And make sure that they are all the same font. Make sure your work is consistent. Oftentimes, I'll have somebody who they'll start going through the template, and on the first page, they either keep my name on the paper or they don't put their name at all. And when I say name on the paper, of course you have Professor Bernard / Professor Word as your instructor layout, but I also have my name in there as though as it's a paper that I'm submitting, okay? You need to make sure that you update that. Without your name on the paper, you cannot receive credit. I already have it in your course syllabus that if your name is not on the title page of your paper, you will not receive any credit, okay? So remember that. Going down the line, make sure, I know a lot of people, they see the title page and they're like, oh yeah, well, the title's there, keep it moving. No, you have your title page, but on your second page, do not delete my title goes here. That's where your title goes. Just as you see how the letters are capitalized and lowercase within that my title goes here, that's how your title should also look, okay? Going down the line, just make sure your stuff is double spaced. That's your APA formatting, and you submit, okay? It's when it comes to your personal, value statement, you do not need to have a reference page. But as we're moving on to our reading responses and viewing responses, I need you to be mindful that you are going to have to put your reference. Your reference is going to be the book that you're reading from, okay? That is so important that you know that. If you look in the template for your reading response number 1, you'll notice you already have your reference that's set for the first assignment, okay? Now, some people take that template and they try to use it throughout and don't update their reference. Then they end up getting a 0, okay? The purpose of a reference page is to refer back to, okay? So if you're using those in-text citations, your in-text citations are supposed to go to your reference page to be able to see the full citation that you're using, okay? So a lot of people, they go up and they say, well, I did this, I read this. You have to get into the habit of doing your references on, like, collegiate level wise. You have to get in the habit of it. And people's like, well, how is that going to help me in the industry? Let's say you're trying to get funding and you say, well, nine out of the 10 audience members are, they can't hear this from the stage to row 10 in this venue. I'm just literally coming up something off the top of my head. However, this is something that could happen. So you're looking, because of this, you're looking for funding for new sound equipment, so on and so forth, right? Because you're in entertainment management. They're going to say, where did you get this information from? And they're going to look to your references to say, all right, bet you have the data to prove that we need this. Here goes your funding. Okay. So everything that I'm teaching you now, you're going to be able to use in the industry. All right. And it's going to be, as far as somebody going to say, well, people can't hear. Well, how do you know that? Oh, well, I'm there. That's not going to get you funding. You need to have data to support what you're saying. Okay. So start getting in the habit of doing your references, okay? Now is the time to also look and work on your APA assignment. That is going to set you up to be successful for all of your other assignments. If you understand the APA, you understand its function, you're going to be like, okay, I understand what she wants from me in this setting. And if you look, the reason why I require you all to use these templates is because I've already given you all the layout of APA formatting. So if you already have it set up, that's one less thing that you have to worry about. But it is up to you to make sure that when you download it, that everything is set up accordingly. And usually it is, but some people run into an issue with tablets and all that good stuff. Unfortunately, I can't go through everybody's assignment, prior to the submissions and everything being over, but I try to provide you all with the layout. So that's one less thing that you have to worry about, but it is up to you to make sure everything is, once you submit, everything is set and stuff's not over here to the left and over here to the right, okay? Going down, okay, yes. When it comes to reading response number 1, I need you all to be mindful and step into place as a leader. If you see that the numbers are off and the questions are not aligning accordingly, it is your duty to make sure that you make sure it is aligned. All right. You have to make sure question number 1 is where question number 1 is supposed to be. Question number 2 is aligned with number 2, so on and so forth. Okay. The template gives an overall structure, but it is up to you to make sure everything's in place. Now, understand this. If your numbers and everything is not aligned, I will not grade it, because I'm going to tell you what's going to happen in the entertainment industry. If you go up there and you say, well, I submitted and I use this template, the way that I use this template, and I call it a day, da 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 da. what's going to end up happening is they're going to look through and they're like, okay, this is nice. The moment that they have to go look for the answer, the moment they have to do additional work just to get through your submission, they're going to move on to someone else. Oftentimes I'll have people say, well, this is the way that the template is set up. And I'll say, but I need y'all to get in the mindset. If you have questions, ask them. Don't just go ahead and just go with the flow, because that's telling me what type of leader you are. You're telling me that I'm just going to go and I'm just going to do. No. If you have questions, something looks off, something you see, you're going 1, 2, 3, and then you see number 7 pop up. But you know that's not the structure. But you continue on to go 7, 8, 9, and then you skipped all the other numbers before. It's going to be like, do I really want this person on my team? Because they can't even ask or even think logical enough to go and say, hey. And that's what's really needed in the entertainment industry. People are on their toes. We're going to ask the right questions. Who's going to read the room, make sure everything's aligned, okay? Another thing that I see is often people don't select all of the text and make sure it's consistent throughout the document. The same thing needs to be done when it comes to your page numbers. You need to select them to make sure that it's all consistent, throughout your document, whether you're using Arial, Calabri, Times New Romans, whatever you're using, make sure it's consistent down to the page numbers, okay? Make sure you have your reference page. If you're wondering how to do the APA formatting within your template, you have the citation machine, which I've been using ever since I was in undergrad, okay? Make sure that you're utilizing the resources that you have to make it as simple and easy as possible. My goal is to see, like, what are you getting from your readings? How is this impacting you? So just answer the questions accordingly and you're gonna be fine. But I'm telling you right now, I have so many people that they don't listen to what I'm saying right now. They just like, oh, I'm not gonna do it, I'm just gonna do this, I'm just gonna do that, instead of listening to the video or listening to me in class. And then they end up being really upset. And I'm like, but I told you. And what ends up happening, they're not seeing it, but there's the individuals who do listen, the individuals who are making the adjustments for their submissions. And that's the type of energy and the type of people the entertainment industry is looking for, okay? So I'm proud of you. I know y'all have a lot of stuff that y'all have going on. I know there's stuff that's going on outside of class. I also want to make you aware of the different resources that you have for yourself, okay? So different resources that you have for yourself. Let's say your laptop breaks down. You're like, I don't have any money. I just paid this rent. I just paid for food. I just did what I had to do in this area. I don't have money for a new laptop or tablet, so on and so forth. You have UCF Technological Services. They have a lending program where you can loan laptops, whether it's a Mac, whether it is a iPad. If you need a camera for another class, don't know if you do, just know that that's there. They have they have chargers, all kinds of stuff they have, okay, that you can actually lend. And so it gives you a certain amount of time depending on what item it is. And you also have the ability to renew said item as well. And all this is coming from the tuition that you pay. So please know, like, you have that service as well. Remember, mental health is health. You have the UCF Counseling Psychological Services, and I'm pretty sure it's 3 sessions for free that you have. So if you're going through something and you're like, hey, I'm not going to be able to function in such and such and such and such, go. You don't have to tell me exactly what's going on. You can cue me in and just say I'll be getting my letter. Make sure you send me that email through web courses attached with your excuse letter from UCF Psychological Services, because you have those sessions that coming out of your tuition. Utilize that, okay? Please keep in mind, like, when it comes to like the finals time period, I have to get grades in, and I'm going to work and try to be as flexible as I can with you all when it comes to, if you're having, a run-in or a mental health day or whatever it may be, I'll try my best to support you during that time. Unfortunately, UCF, when it comes to Professor Word, I have to make sure your grades in are on time, or else y'all might not see me next semester. Okay, so please know that I'm going to try my best to show up with you for you any way that I can. Remember, we have the food pantry. There's the pineapple pantry that they have at Rosen, but we also have the night pantry at UCF over in the Farrell Commons area. So it's just important that you know that you have this access. Remember that your ID can be used for the Lynx bus system. So feel free to use that. Then also remember that you have the UCF shuttle. You have UCF shuttles that go to the Lake Nona nursing area, Lake Nona, the medical area, I should say, for UCF over that way, so that you know that if you needed to hop or get over to that area, you can. You also have shuttles that leave from Rosen to go to main campus, and you get dropped off in front of the UCF arena if something ever happens to your car and you're like, I don't know how I'm gonna get over to this area. Utilize the Lynx bus system with your school ID. Utilize the shuttle system with your school ID. There's even shuttles that take you around campus just so you don't have to walk across campus. You just have to time it correctly and make sure you're downloading the apps. But that is pretty much all that I have for you now. I have a couple links to give you a breakdown of why I go so hard for my students, because I've lived the life and had the experiences as well. And so I'll put some links below this conversation as well. For those of you who are in my physical class, I will be seeing you all next week, Monday, okay? Just remember you have to submit, everybody, both classes, y'all need to make sure you submit your personal value statement and make sure that you've submitted your reading response one. Once you get through that first reading response, you're going to be like, oh, okay. If you, of course, if you use the information that I've given you and the advice that I've given you, you're gonna be like, oh, okay. That's literally how it's gonna be for each and every one of your responses. The primary majority of this class is your reading responses and you building your final presentation and doing your journals and stuff like that, which I'll touch base when that gets closer. I'll do videos for my online students. I'll be doing our mental health check-in videos and touching base on different leadership styles as well. That way you can feel like you're getting your lecture component. So you are not feeling like you're just being left out. You're like, oh man, I have to be online, so I don't even get to interact with my professor. And from there, you'll be able to do your discussion and below the video for the mental health, we can discuss, what you want to discuss. Or if there's something even more so where you're like, hey, I would like to know a little bit more about such and such and such and such, or servant leadership, but whatever it may be, you let me know, and then we'll touch base on it. I'm just a firm believer. I was like, I know we do the feedback at the end of the semester, but what if we have dialogue now for you can get what you're looking for? Or if there's something, because some people come in and they're like, this is what I'm looking for, and they may feel like, oh, I'm not getting that. To be able to say, hey, how can I be here to support you and provide you with what you need? I think that's where the feedback should come in. It shouldn't just happen at the end of class. It should happen in the meantime, in between times. But I'm here if you need me. Shoot me those emails through web courses. Proud of you. And let me know if you need anything. Enjoy your holiday. Bye, y'all.